Okay, here's how you work the stereo. Okay, so you don't need to really worry about a lot of stuff. You can get deeper into it, but it's a pro audio deal, so it's got a lot of settings. But you just turn on your power there, and then really the only two buttons you need to worry about as far as like keeping it simple is this Pure Direct one. I like to put it on Pure Direct, and it seems to get more bass out of it, but you can mess around with it and see whether you want it on auto. But it seems Pure Direct, so this last one seems to be the best settings. And then you can go to surround mode, so you can go to auto. Stereo, obviously you'd put on stereo if you're listening to music, right? And that seems to work pretty good on movies too. So does PL2 movies. So again, I'm pressing the surround mode button here, but it has a that sounds good on music too. It's just a matter of taste, right? So if you just kind of flip through it as you're watching a movie or watching a or listening to music. I don't even think I've even tried that setting before. Multi-channel stereo, you'll probably never use it. Virtual, that's like virtual surround sound. I don't know, sometimes it works. Sometimes movies have weird sound on them to where the bass is way too loud when you use the virtual deal. So I don't know, it just kind of depends. But there's more to this. There's more settings if you're like really into the audio, whatnot. But I'm sure there's other YouTube videos where you can look up Marantz NR1402, and I'm sure there's online manuals, and you can also ask like ChatGPT. But here's your volume over here. Okay, and then pretty much really loud is like at like 5, and down to like 0. I know it sounds weird and intuitive, but it starts negative dB. And usually at movies, we usually watch them at like, I don't know, like 15 or something. Again, it's a preference thing. Now, this will change the input, right? So tuner is obviously this wheel here that I'm spinning. Tuner is your AM FM radio, obviously. BD, I believe I used the BD input for Bluetooth, a little Bluetooth thing, and I'll leave it here. Let me see. Yeah, it's right here. So you can hook your phone up to it. So this thing, and you just press that button on the back, and you connect your phone to it. And then when you're on BD, you can then have your phone play the music. I just hook up the TV and watch videos through YouTube, music through YouTube. You can make playlists on YouTube of music videos. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. And then CD, I know that doesn't, because there was no other input for the TV, so I just put on the TV on CD. But again, it just depends how you have it hooked up. But you really just need one cable that goes, this cable here at the top, right here, that will plug into your TV as long as your TV is fairly new. That's called a light pipe, and the sound is really good through it. It literally uses light as the signal as opposed to electrical deals, but it goes here. It's a really thin cable. Be careful, don't bend it because it's actual glass. But let's see here, where is this thing at? Hold on. Why isn't it? Yeah, it's not plugged into the TV, but it plugs into, see that your port on there, see those red light coming out of there? That's where you'll plug that thing into, and then your sound from your TV can get into here. Anyways, I hope this helps.